Hey, welcome back. We are back at it. We are on episode number 5. Okay. And if you haven't already checked out the first 4 episodes, where we really started to break down the foundational steps, as well as really kind of how we're going to structure this, how we're going to set the foundation. Just like you would be pouring concrete, you have to set the foundation. And we do this through the stories. So obviously, we've already covered the origin story, or what other people might refer to as the founder story. We also kind of covered the business story, the one that is all around your business, like how it came to be, what it was all about, like what sparked it, this big catalyst moment that really kind of set things in motion, the real meat and potatoes behind it all. So in this episode, we are going to actually be talking about the WOM stories, or WOM, otherwise known as word of mouth. And some people will call these client testimonials, but I would prefer to refer them as those WOM, that word of mouth, almost from not necessarily saying, oh, look at me, look at all I did, here's a client testimonial, but almost like allowing other people to see the transformation, people who have worked with you, people who have bought stuff from you, people who have maybe gone through your course or attended a live event, or whatever it might be that you're leveraging in order to make that impact with people. Now you're going to actually be able to relay their story in a way that's actually going to show the transformation that people who've interacted with you, who have joined, whatever you might be selling, whatever you might be offering, as a way to see what their transformation was as being a part of that. Okay, and this is what I call the WOM story, or WOM, word of mouth. Okay, so the way we're going to do this, and again, I'm going to have a nice little cheat sheet, a way for you to kind of look at these stories and have a little template. If you're interested in that, make sure you go check out, www.thadlevin.com/podcast, and you'll be able to see this episode as well as be able to download the template in order to start to extract these word of mouth stories, or these WOM stories. Okay, so you can then begin to share them in your content, show that transformation, and be able to really relay the value from somebody else's perspective of what you have to offer. Because it's one thing to go out and scream and shout about how great your thing is, and you absolutely love it, and you 100% should do that, because whatever you've created, whatever you're offering, whatever your thing is like it's like your digital baby. It's like your baby. All right, so you show it off like that newborn that you might have, or you may have had in the past, or if you don't have children like me, show it off like those pet pictures. You know what I mean? So you absolutely love your pets, you want to show it off to people. Now you're going to be able to actually do that, okay, in a fashion that's going to help benefit your overall brand, your overall mission, and your overall business. Okay, now, as we really diagnose what these word of mouth stories are, it's not just like, hey, Sally said she loved my stuff, you should buy it too. Okay, it's really about understanding what Sally's story is. We're going to use Sally as an example. Sally is just a random name, okay, super generic. But we're really going to unpack what Sally's experience has been, and to understand that, and to really extract the best word of mouth stories that you can relay in your content, in your YouTube videos, in your emails, whatever it might be able to share on potential sales pages, checkouts, whatever that might look like for you. You really need to understand what Sally's journeys really look like, okay? And the way you can do that is by asking very simple questions, not to be intrusive, not to have like the Spanish Inquisition, not to dig into their life, but to really understand why they jumped in. So it's as simple as that. Hey, Sally, what made you jump in to X product? Maybe it was a digital asset, course, whatever it might be. Doesn't matter. That all works the same. Okay. Hey, Sally, why did you jump into X? Okay. This establishes where she was, where this person was. So again, whether it's Sally, it's Joe Schmo, doesn't matter. We need to establish where they were so we can establish where they're going and where they wound up. So really, by asking that simple question, hey, Sally, what made you jump into X thing? Okay. And of all other options available to you, what made this one stand out above the rest? Again, now this is going to unlock things like maybe things that Sally's tried before. Maybe she's tried and failed stuff. Maybe she did not like the vibe or the feeling or the process or whatever it might be. But this is going to help you establish a real picture around that transformation beginning, the beginning of the metamorphosis, so to speak. Okay. Now, the next question is you want to establish what that middle stage, what that journey starts to look like. Okay. Sally, as you were going through X, what was the big impactful moment? What was that moment that you realized this was for you? This was exactly what you were looking for. Okay. Real again, we're 2 questions deep. Sally, what made you jump in? And if you tried other things or there's other options, why this one? Okay. So technically that's 2. So we're on question number 3. Okay. So question number 3, what was that first moment that you realized this was the missing piece that you were looking for? Okay. Now this is going to help this person really start to think about these things. And a lot of people aren't thinking about these things. They're just going through programs, they're going through courses, they're buying up digital products, whatever, as a means to get to where they want to go. They may not be thinking about these little individual steps, but asking these simple questions. And again, you can send a form, you can send this through a simple DM, you can send a survey. There's lots of different options. And if you're curious about how to deploy some of those, by all means, we can definitely leverage our Clarity systems as an option in order to kind of do this stuff on autopilot. Now, that being said, question number 3. What was that big aha moment? What was that big pivotal moment that you realized this was for you? Okay. Now you've got that information. Now we need to unlock question number 4. Question number 4 is, as you finished up, what did you realize was the outcome for you? Again, don't think of this just in some type of monetary terms, okay? Because you know what? The idea of buying something to go through it and immediately start seeing just buckets of cash flowing your way is probably not realistic for most people, okay? It's just not realistic. It's better to understand the transformation, having clarity, understanding content better, being able to send better emails, handle sales processes more simplified, whatever your thing is, make it super specific. Okay, make it specified to whatever your product or service that you might be offering. But understanding what life has been like since they've gone through it. What have they been able to do? Have they landed clients? Have they grown sales? Have they grown their social media following? Have they gotten more traffic to their website? Have they, landed a brand partnership? Whatever it might be. We need to establish what life has looked like afterwards. Okay, now you've got these 4 questions. Hey, why did you jump in? And above all other options, why did you choose this one? What was that first aha moment that made you realize this was the missing piece? And what has things been like since you've attended X thing or bought X thing? Okay, now we've got 4 simple questions. 4 simple questions. And I guarantee that no one's going to feel like that you are intruding on their privacy or that you're trying to just grill them for all kinds of information. It's going to be very casual, okay? It's really going to be more like you are asking them how their experience went. Not just like, hey, can I get a testimonial from you? Because ultimately that puts the ball in their court. If they don't feel like it or, they get distracted, trust me, I've been asked to make testimonials for other people. And I'll be honest with you, when you're trying to operate your own business, you're trying to grow your own brand, you're trying to post content, you're trying to attract clients, whatever it might be, it's really tough to try to squeeze in that time when you've got so much else on your plate. So by asking these simple questions, you can get that information and put together a story. Okay. And this is where this WOM story comes from. With these simple 4 questions, we can put together in the entire story. We have the entry point. We have the beginning. Okay. We have the aha moment, the moment they realized this was the missing piece. Okay, and this might be your catalyst moment. Remember, in our previous episodes, we talked about that catalyst moment. This is going to be that catalyst moment. Okay, so think about that. Make it intense based upon whatever feedback that you get from the client, the consumer, whatever that looks like for you. And then that's when you're going to be able to really unpack this whole story and paint a picture of what that big moment was for them in the middle, and also where they began. What other options, why this was the option above something else. And then you're also going to have the ending, what life has been like afterwards. So now you have your catalyst, you have your beginning, the lead up to it, and the resolution of it. And now you have this complete story that you can share for each and every client that you have now, in the past, or in the future. So you can continue to make content, you can be able to share emails, make YouTube videos, whatever it might be. Whatever your methodology and your strategy might be, and we're going to be jumping into strategy and stuff like that over the next few episodes, as far as way content and kind of getting these stories out there and ways to deploy them and the layers that we can really unpack when we do so. Okay, so I want you to, if you want, I have a complete little template. You can watch this a couple times or listen to it back to get those questions that I asked. And again, you can always ask those follow-up questions to have a lot more clarity. Don't feel like you're pressing them. Don't press them for information, but ask them targeted questions that you know is going to help you paint this picture. Remember, we need to see the transformation. And again, the more information that we can get in that road, in that transformation, as part of this word of mouth story, the more we can relay it with clarity, with specificity, and be able to target the people that are going to benefit from it the most. So I want you to take the time. I want you to go back, and if you've got clients now, or maybe you're looking to land your first client, I want you to think about that as well. Okay, as you land that first sale, even if it's for a low ticket digital asset, digital product, a physical product, whatever that might be, having this understanding was going to again allow you to relay more value, more perspectives around the products or services that you might offer, and be able to grow your client list, grow your customer list, grow your base and your business. Okay, but this in combination with the origin story, which is all about you, the business story, which is all about the business, and then this WOM story, which is going to allow the people give more perspective around social proof of concept, whatever you want to call it, allowing people to know that, hey, that they, first and foremost, that they can connect with you due to your origin story, connect with your business due to your business story, and then be able to connect with the transformation that they're going to go through as part of the WOM story. And the more that you can relay all this information, the more that you can package it and mix it up, now you're going to be able to create content that's going to slap, so to speak, and it's going to be able to hit the clients, the future clients, or the potential clients that you would like to start working with and start to serve and start to help and guide them to the transformation they're looking for. So I want you to take the time, download the freebie, download that little template with the questionnaire. That way you can sculpt it, put it in your own words, and there's actually going to be fill in the blanks. So it's going to be basically allow you to ask the question and then allow them to fill in the blank. If you want to send this as part of a survey, you want to send this in a DM, you want to send this as some type of automation, you can do that as well. Or you can just jot down the questions and then, fire them off however you see fit. But definitely take the time to do this. Don't sleep on these word of mouth stories, and don't solely depend on asking for those testimonials. But the more you ask about somebody and how they're doing, the more likely you're going to get the information you need anyways in order to paint and really establish this story that's going to benefit both you and your business. So I hope this was helpful. Don't sleep on these. Don't forget to do this, and I will catch you in the next episode. Peace.